Okay, let's start our third review for the final exam. We're up to problem number 11. So I'll do my usual with the heading. Okay, spring 21. Final exam review. And this should be C. Okay, problem number 11. A. Here's what we need to do. Find area under the standard normal curve to the right. There's the key words, to the right. We talked about this in the class video. To the right of z equals, that means Alex needs to provide you with a table, z equals 2.67 to the right. Okay, here comes the answer. Use the table. They'll have the table in blue, I believe. Click it. Click on the table. Then, that's one. Find two. Find the area. Find the A, and they'll call it A on the table, of the z-score 2.67. Z-score 2.67. Find it. It should say, here's what it is. It's 0.9962. 0.9962. Scroll down to 2.67, positive 2.67. Look across the way at the area, 0.9962. Okay, then what's the question? To the right of. That means we said in class, we explained what to do. This is the third and final step. Take 1.0000, 4 zeros, and subtract the z-score from it. Minus 0.9962, subtract it, and you get 0.0038. There is the final answer you submit to Alex. Okay, that was A. Here comes B. Find the area. Find the area. Okay. Under the standard normal curve, right? All that stuff under the standard normal curve. Between, and here's the key, between, those are the key words we talked about. There's left, there's right, and there's between. 3 types of questions. Between the z equals minus 2.16 and z equals, in this case, minus 0.73. They're both minus, but I don't care. Find to both areas and subtract the smaller from the larger. Okay, so go to the table. Let me pick this up so you make sure that none of this gets hidden. Okay, good. Go to the table. Click. All right. Then go find the area of. I'm taking the second one. I'm pretty sure that that's going to be, this negative number is not as bad as this negative number. It's a much larger negative number. So this is going to be the higher number. I'm pretty much guarantee it, but whatever is larger is what you take. So anyway, go find the area of negative 0.73. And here's what it turns out to be. It turns out to be 0.2327. Then go find the area of negative 2.16, and it turns out to be 0.0154. So these are the areas. This was an area too. Okay, you found it. We found that both of them. 0.0154. Okay, and what do? You subtract. You subtract the smaller from the larger. Smaller from the larger. Find both. They may mix you up. Maybe they put negative 0.73 first and negative 2.16 second. Don't get mixed up. You take the larger on top, the smaller on the bottom, subtract the smaller from the larger. Here comes the answer, 0.2173. 0.2173. Final answer, problem over. 11A and B is done. Let's get a new sheet of paper. Okay, answer to that is no. Go to new sheet of paper. Go. All right, here comes problem number 12. What just happened? Here, no, we're back in business. Problem number 12. Okay. So here is the, whatever, they may give you some narrative, but the bottom line is they tell us the average. That's what I care about, the bottom line numbers that we need. Okay, they tell us like a light bulb or something lasts for 427 hours average. Light bulb is probably a narrative for something like this. Whatever. Battery, what doesn't matter. 427 hours. Okay, now they also tell us standard deviation, right? Crucial information, standard deviation. What do they say? Then it is 5 hours. Standard deviation, 5 hours. Okay, here comes the question. Find percentage. That means we're probably going to be dealing with decimal first, and we'll have to turn it into percent later. Don't worry about that. We'll worry about percentage later. Find percentage of let's say light bulbs, of bulbs that are greater than, they'll probably write it in English, I'm writing it in with mathematical to save just a tiny bit of time, that are greater than 483 hours. Okay, so what's greater than? Greater going to be is going to be to the left of them, to the left of 483, or to the right. Though it's going to be to the right. Remember the curve and the number line and everything is the further you go to the right, the greater the number is. The further you go to the left, the less and less the number is. So for anything greater than is going to be to the right. It's as if they're asking you something to the right of 483 when they say greater than. Okay, it's the same thing. So here comes the answer. They won't show you this picture. I showed that picture. Here comes the answer. First, we got to get the z-score for this, and we have all the material we'll need. You have to come into the test. They're not going to give you the formula for z-score. The z-scores formula is the date item minus the average divided by the standard deviation. So in our case, it turns into the data item is 483, the average is 427, and the standard deviation is, what is this? Oh, it wasn't 5 hours, it was 56 hours, I'm sorry. 56 hours. That's what I meant to put. And the standard deviation is 56 hours. It's 56. All right, so that's all three members of the formula. What does that turn into? Eventually it turns into 61. Well, let me put it over here. It turns into 61 over 56. 61 over 56. And what is that in decimal? 1 point. You'd have to go to the calculator and do the division. 61 divided by 56 is 1.0893. I want 4 decimal places. Actually, we round it. No, I don't need 4 decimal places. I apologize. The calculator might give me 4 decimal places. I only need 2 decimal places for z-scores. I apologize for that. So if I need 2 decimal places, so I just need 2. So you go 3 to make 2. What's this last one? It's between 5 and 9. So I upgrade the 8 I bump it up to from 8 to 9. So it turns into, when I rounded, it becomes 1.09. That's my z-score. Okay? Very important. That's my z-score. Right? So I got the z-score. Now, what do I do next? That was step 1. Get the z-score. Step 2, go to the table. Let's find the area for the z-score. The area of the z-score, 1.09, I don't know if I looked at it, if I got the right number, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I'm just showing you how to do it. This is probably 1.81, but it doesn't matter. 0.8599 is what I'm writing down. Now, greater than, we said it's as if it's saying to the right, here's 483, let's say, and everything to its right is greater than. So we want to the right of it. If we want to the right, we learned that step 3, take the number 1.0040, subtract whatever the z-score is, look up the z-score properly. I don't know if I looked it up properly. That might be a little bit off. Doesn't matter. I still can show you exactly how to do this. 8599, subtract it. What do you get? You get 0.1401, and the problem is over. Right? Make sure that you look up the z-score properly for this might not be the right number. It doesn't matter. I'm still showing you exactly how to do the problem like this. Okay, 12 is done. Okay, let's go to problem number 13, which I think, which I don't need a lot of space for. Let me move up the page. Anyway, let me move up the page. I don't need a lot of space. You'll see why in a second. Problem 13 will be something like this, where you got the universal set and you got a bunch of stuff in there, A, B, etc. You get a C set, or whatever they call it. You got an A, etc. in there. You got a D set, or whatever they call it. You got a G, and etc. All that stuff in there. And then they ask you to find C intersect D prime. And they want letters in there. That's the answer is going to have to be letters in there, right? So they want you to find C intersect D prime. So go to exam 1, review A, problem 1, and you'll see a problem like this. Okay, so that's problem number 13, taken care of. Okay, let's get a fresh piece of paper. We might be able to do one more. Yes, I think we can. Problem number 14. It's not a long problem. Problem number 14. Let's say they want you to they're devising a code. We've had this before, a code like this for the cereal box tickets that you would send in. Anyway, the code, and it's made up of digits and numbers. Okay, here are the rules. No, I'm sorry. One more thing that you need, another piece of information. Okay, digits and numbers. But how many digits? How many numbers? Here's what they are. Not digits. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. It's made up of letters and numbers. I don't know what I'm thinking there. Letters and numbers. Sorry about that. Letters and numbers, or at least one letter and at least one number. I apologize for that mistake. Not digits, letters. I'm correcting it in my notes as we speak. Okay. Anyway, so what about how much? Fine, letters and numbers. But what? Exactly what? Here's the answer. It's made up of 3 letters and 1 digit, right? So we really have everything we need. Almost everything we need, and 1 digit. But there's two more crucial pieces of information. As far as the letters are concerned, no H or I. As far as the digits are concerned, no 2, 4, 6, 8. Now we have enough time for me to explain this. It's not a big deal. So that means that we're down to, instead of 26 letters, it's good. There's only 24 letters available to us instead of 26, because H and I are out. And there's only 6 digits available to us because 4 are out, right? So that's what it's going to come down to. So there's one more thing that we need to be told. Repetition is allowed, right? So this is another crucial piece. Repetition is allowed. What's the answer? How many codes could you have? Here it is. 24 letters times 24, the second letter, the third letter, 3 letters. And how many digits are possible? There's only 1 digit and only 6 of them. Work that out, and this problem is done. Get your calculator out, and we have it.